Pleasant, right? That's loud noise. So we've got our mats arranged here to the wall because we're going to actually start with our legs up the wall tonight. And we'll be here maybe like 7-ish minutes, you guys. And yep, and so just go ahead and bring your bum as close to the wall as you can. And then bring the feet to the wall.
Oh, my feet are clean.
No, it doesn't even matter. Throw them on that door. Bring your arms out like a T. You can have them overhead. You can have them cactus. You can have a hand on the heart and a hand on the belly if you want. And then just get that head comfortable. Let the legs be free. The back of the body. Drop into that floor. And just begin to rest, ushering in our yin yoga practice. This inward journey. Maybe beginning by noticing sound in the room. Any sound. And perhaps noticing a temperature in the room. Notice the smell in the room. Perhaps notice something that you see, the colors behind those closed eyelids. And then something perhaps that you taste. And exhale. You bring your awareness to the root chakra at the base of the spine, the front and the back. Okay, that second chakra just below the navel. The third chakra below the sternum, Manipura chakra. Your fourth chakra, Anahata chakra in the heart space. Your throat chakra, the base of the throat, kind of where those clavicles meet, that little soft spot. Your third eye between the brows and up just a bit. And the crown of the head. The crown chakra, Sahasrara chakra. And bring awareness to the back of the body, dropping into the floor. Maybe bring your awareness to that root chakra once again. And start the inhale at the base of that spine, that root chakra, and trace that inhale all the way up the front of the body to your third eye, and let that breath drop to the back of the head, and exhale down the back of the body to the base of the spine. And then inhale up through that root chakra all the way up the front of the body, meeting at that third eye, and let that breath drop to the back body and exhale down the back of the body. Good job, you guys. Inhale, tracing the breath up the front of the body. And exhale down the back of the body. Continue with that visualization until perhaps it just goes away and you just are there on your mat. Our practice tonight invites in the energy of our revolved half moon, Parivritta Ardha Chandrasana. Evokes the energy of freshness, of perspective, of experience. Perhaps bringing our thoughts or opinions full circle. Looking at every point of view along the way. And just noticing where we land. We don't even have to do anything. Any cognitive analysis or thinking. We're just inviting that perspective and that energy into our space. And we're just going to rest inwardly into that space. And just notice what bubbles up. Maybe tonight, tomorrow, in a week, a month. The seed that we're planting tonight on the fertile soil of our hearts. Allow yourself to bring in that energy of Parivritta Ardha Chandrasana. And then let out a breath. We've got those legs up the wall. So sometimes the easiest way is to just kind of walk those heels down, kind of bringing the knees towards the chest, the heels off the wall. Roll to one side. And then what we're going to do is just press up and then roll over and come into our rebound. So maybe you just slide back across that. Allow your body to come flat, extending long, dropping into our rebound, letting that energy move and flow in that new or desired way of prana. Letting everything find its own way. We're not pushing the river. We're just inviting. We're just allowing. We're creating the environment for prana to move. Give yourself a few more rounds of breath here. And then as you're ready, just gently rolling to one side. I'm going to bring you guys' blocks just a little closer so you don't have to move as much. We're going to come into what we call in our yin yoga, our praying mantis. Our praying praying mantis is just our puppy dog pose with our blocks underneath those palms. And so sometimes you'll hear me describe it as imagine the heart or the torso were a suspension bridge. So bringing those blocks far and just letting that weight of the chest pull your torso downward. The hands on that block, the sits bones and hips over the knees. And just suspend that heart over the earth. They don't have to be on the highest setting. They can be on the lower settings. You can even start low and bring those blocks up higher. And allow yourself to just be our offerings tonight come to us from the Tao Te Ching. Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? Allow a little unmoving this evening. Letting the shoulders be a little soft. Nice job. Go ahead and make your way to your rebound, whatever makes sense to you. And we'll be slowly bringing those hands off those blocks. You might even notice that rebound coming as you lower those hands off the blocks. Yeah, onto the belly or onto the back. Any old rebound will do, guys. Really nice job. Allowing that snow globe, fluttery, glittery, that is prana, just float, make its way wherever it needs to be. Maybe drifting all the way to one spot, or perhaps catching somewhere, nourishing, resting. yourself a few more breaths here. And when you're ready, exhale, gently press up. And when you're ready. Nice talk, you guys, really nice. So if you're moving through water or a dream, right? We're gonna come into heart bench. And so you can have one block, maybe the tall setting, the other block on that middle setting. And we're gonna have that long part of the block across the shoulder blades. Now, if that's not comfortable, we're gonna use our bolsters, but this is where we're headed. So I'm gonna bring the hands behind the bum, scoot that sit bones forward, get the block beneath those shoulder blades, and then bring the head to that taller block. And then adjust those sits bones, adjust the hips where you need them, adjust that tall block. And then let the knees maybe just drop together. You could bring the knees wide into a reclined butterfly. And if that doesn't work, if that doesn't feel right for you, if anybody's watching this at home later, you can bring the bolster across the chest, the back of the body, the shoulder blades, and bring the head onto the block. Either one is fine. We just want to elevate the heart, you guys. The block isn't better. Sometimes people just have blocks, not bolsters. So allow yourself to use whatever you need and then drop into your heart bench. (29) of the Tao Te Ching. There is a time for being ahead, a time for being behind, a time for being in motion, a time for being at rest, a time for being vigorous, a time for being exhausted, a time for being safe, a time for being in danger. The master sees things as they are without trying to control them. She lets them go their own way and resides at the center of the circle. Perhaps allowing ourselves to reside at the center of the circle and allow a time for everything. Shoulders maybe drape downward. All those muscles, fascia, skin across the chest open. Give yourself a couple rounds of breath here. And gently press some weight into the elbows and forearms and just gently tuck the chin to the chest. Then press yourself up with the forearms and kind of roll over if you need to. And then come to your rebound. The back if you want. Be on the belly again. Yeah, nice. You guys, let the breath go and allow yourself to just be here. Be noticing if that prana is a zigzag or if it's like popcorn. It just feels still like the Hudson River when it's frozen. It can be a rippling, like a windy day on the Hudson. Allow that chi. It's going to go where it wants. Allow the energy of your Ardha Chandrasana, Parivritta Ardha Chandrasana. Just flow with that chi. Let the breath go. And then as you're ready, let's just gently log roll to one side. So maybe send the left arm out, the right foot to the ground, roll over to that left side, then press up with that right hand, gently coming with the legs out long and the shoulders over the hips. We're going to come into our caterpillar. So maybe if you want, you have that bolster, and just bring that bolster on top of the legs. You can bring a block or two blocks. And just let the feet be loose and free. Bring the forehead maybe to the block. The hands on either side of the body. Or you can rest those hands on the bolster. You can do no bolster, whatever you need. We're just going to fold forward, supporting that nervous system in a forward fold to calm. (40) of the Tao Te Ching reads, return is the movement of the Tao. Yielding is the way of the Tao. All things are born of being. Being is born of non-being. Allow yourself to return. Let that breath keep coming low. Allow the back of the spine to melt into the front of the body. The backs of the legs to melt into the floor, the tops of the legs to melt into the backs of the legs, melting into the floor. Slowly rise, letting that breath come and go, and whenever you're ready, you can stay here for a few more breaths if you want. Just lift yourself up, bending those knees slightly, come into your rebound. Moving whatever props away from the front of the body. And dropping onto the earth. Notice that root chakra at the base of the spine. And maybe your next breath, you just trace up the front of the body to the third eye. And let the exhale drop to the back of the body, all the way down the back body to that root chakra. And then just allow that breath to come and to go. Just like a swinging door, coming and going with the breath. And now staying on your back. I'm going to bring your blocks close to your left hands. Find that block. And then bring your feet to the floor as if you were setting up for bridge pose. So the feet are on the floor, the knees are to the sky. And then we'll exhale to just drive those glutes up, bring that block underneath that sacrum. And then let that low back, that sacrum rest on the block. And then pause here, maybe in a supportive bridge. And you know it's in the right spot because that's part of the block, the side of the block that's closest to your heels is just right at the top where we have a little crack back there. Yep. And then let those legs become long if you want. You can bring the arms out like a cactus. If you want, you can bring the arms out like a T or overhead, or a hand on the heart and a hand on the stomach. You can also have that feet grounded on the earth. There's not a right or wrong or a better here. We're just going to allow ourselves to be in this variation of our supported bridge. Three of the Tao Te Ching writes, practice not doing, and everything will fall into place. And so much of the essence of Yin is allowing for non-doing so that Qi will fall into place. Let that breath have its own path. Alright guys, bring those knees, if they're not bent already, bringing the feet to the floor, do this slowly. Exhale to feel those feet grounding. And then your next exhale, just lift those hips, slide that block out from underneath and just move it to the side. Come into that rebound.
And now as you're ready, if you're not on your back, come onto your back. Bring those feet to the floor. Bring that low back to the ground. Bring the knees to the chest on the outside of the feet. And just let your hands rest on the outsides of the feet for our happy baby. The weight of the hands drawing the knees and the thighs downward. '63 of the Tao Te Ching. Act without doing. Work without effort. Gently release the hands from the feet. Let those legs come long and find your rebound. Allow everything in the body to relax. Just draw the breath in. And then exhale to let it go. Now let's gently roll over onto the stomach as effortlessly as you can. Find yourself flat on the ground, the tops of the feet on the floor. And then as you're ready, just bend that right heel or that right knee so that right heel comes towards that right glute with the foot relaxed. Allow the head to rest on that right forearm. Sweep the left hand back, find that right foot, and then just hold the foot in the hand. And if you don't want to do it with the opposite arm, you can do it with the right arm. There's no better. I'm just giving options. So just see what's going to be less strain, less grimace.
Allow the breath to come and go. Nine from the Tao Te Ching. Do your work, then step back. The only path to serenity. Whenever it feels right, just gently release the foot from the hand. And slowly lower it down. And find your rebound on the belly. And maybe notice the heart beating into the earth. One more exhale. And then slowly, when you're ready, bend that left leg, bringing that heel towards the glute. Finding it with the opposite arm or that same side on.
Maybe feeling a stretch in the quad. And exhale.
Each side is different. Ten of the Tao Te Ching. Giving birth and nourishing. Having without possessing. Acting with no expectations. Leading and not trying to control. This is the supreme virtue. As you're ready, come into that rebound. Let the breath go. Path of least resistance with the breath. Exhale. Another exhale. Maybe one more just to grow on. All the way out. Whew. And then whenever you're ready, make your way up to seated. Really sitting on the sits bones. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. So however you want to get up, so you can arrange that. You bring the feet in front and then just separate those feet as wide as is comfortable. If you want, you can bring blocks or bolsters between the feet. Let the feet relax. Pull the shoulders back if you want. Give the head a couple neck rolls. And just relax it, chin to the chest. Let the shoulders kind of roll forward. And then just walk those hands away from the body. If you want, you can stack your bolster in front of you or stack some blocks, rest the head on some blocks. The hands can come on the inside of the legs or the outside. We just want to fold our back forward. Our wide-legged forward fold, this dragonfly shape. Pacifying this nervous system with this bend in the spine here. And again, just reminding yourself that there's no right or wrong here. There's no goal here. Feel the ease of no goal. (22) of the Tao Te Ching. If you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become straight, let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. Gently make your way to your final rebound or shavasana. Giving yourself permission to really rest.
Allow the breath to just find the path of least resistance.
Bringing awareness back to your physical body. Noticing something that you taste. Perhaps what you see behind your eyelids. Sensation, maybe temperature, a sandbag or a blanket on the body. Perhaps something you can smell. Something you can hear. Bring your awareness to your root chakra, Muladhara chakra, sacral chakra, Spadhisthana chakra beneath the navel, Manipura beneath the sternum, Anahata in the heart space, Vishuddhi chakra, the base of the neck, your third eye, Anja chakra, and the crown of your head, Sahasrara chakra. Trace the breath up the front of the body from the toes to the head, across the back of the body. Feel your whole body breathing up and down. And we'll close together, just stay there right there on your backs. Breathing in and out and up. Exhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Please give yourself as much time in Shavasana as you need and as you have.